Hi everybody, my name is Emil. I'm a music composer and a musician, and I've been at this. Well, we have manuscripts of me composing or attempting composing music when I was 5. I went to university. I have a DMA in music composition from the University of Toronto, where I studied with Christos Hatzi's. So I've done a lot of projects, a lot of things. I mean, you can look through some of what's on my portfolio here. I have a few different, there's a select few things that I worked on. I've done a lot more than that, but I've dabbled in rock and blues and metal and like pop music. I play a variety of instruments. I mean, like, I'm not an instrumentalist primer, first and foremost a writer, but I think that one must be sort of in touch with the idiom as they work on their music. But I'm making this video because I haven't really had a YouTube or social media presence as a composer before, but I was having conversations with someone who's a longtime friend of mine, and he's been successful lately, and he's a musician as well. And we had this discussion. We were talking about a big project that we wanted to work on. And the long and short of it is that I'm being commissioned to write an orchestral work. It's a 20-minute work, and it's going to be used and remixed and turned into a whole other project in addition to its own thing. I've done a lot of like grant applications, and I've had some opportunities, but I almost think it's better to kind of just go and do your own thing if you can, and try to find your own way as well. And I think that's what this represents. So my idea here is I'm going to start posting regular updates as I undertake this project. We're going to kind of go sort of from the brainstorming beginnings of it, and I'm going to talk about like the conception of the piece, and we'll see it unfold along with my frustrations. And you kind of get to see the process, because a lot of people just go and say, oh, there's a piece, it works. Man, maybe people just breathe and music comes out, and sometimes it works that way, but oftentimes the orchestra is just incredibly rigorous. Writing for it is, it's like shoveling snow after by hand after a massive, heavy, damp snowfall. It's like cement, and each motion is painful, and it's like, or laborious in some way, even if the end result is much desired and worth the struggle. And then when you hear it, like, nothing really can compare to this sort of the enormity of the sound that's created, and just the depth and the vastness of the color. So yeah, I think this is just going to be the beginnings. I'm planning to hook up a Patreon here for people too, and maybe we can do some live streaming and stuff of the process, or answer questions for people or whatever. I mean, I'm going to see what I do in terms of like what I choose to unveil as part of the purpose in the creative process. But we're looking right now, we talked, me and my friend, and we determined the end of December of this year, 2023, would be the end date for the writing process. I'm going to try to shove it in amongst the other things that have going on. And then we're talking recording in August. And currently the plan is, like, he's going to fund the commissioning fee part of the project. And then what we're going to try to do is raise the money for the recording part of it. We have people lined up for this already, and things are in place. But it's just a question of last little bit. I just thought it was not fair to have someone try to fund the whole thing, and I figured other people would want to come along for the ride. So anyway, I'll just leave this here as an introduction, kind of a boring once over, and then I guess the next video on this is just going to be talking about like maybe the brainstorming process, and kind of where I'm thinking and planning the project out, and kind of what the process will be moving forward. So for anybody who watches this, I thank you for taking the time, and I'll see you guys all next week. Take care.